Hey guys, what's up? MadSeason here, and welcome to my quick follower guide. As you may know, there are a lot of followers that you can find in the various zones of Draenor. In this guide, I'll go over all of the fast and easy ones. That is, the ones that aren't at the end of a super long quest chain. There are 16 different followers we'll be going over, and you can grab all of them in under 2 hours easily. As the title says, this guide is a little bit more tailored towards Alliance characters. The Horde can still grab 12 of the 16 followers, so it's not a huge deal. I'll point out which ones are Alliance only so you know if you can skip them or not. I'll also have a link in the description to a guide that shows the location of every Draenor follower if you end up needing it. I'll also sort of route out these followers in an efficient way so you're not doubling back a lot. So if you can, try to follow along and get them in the order that I list them. I made a map that you can follow for the most optimal route. I'll have a link to that in the description of this video. Our first zone is Shadowmoon Valley, and all of these followers are Alliance only, so feel free to skip ahead if you're Horde. First up is Shelly Hamby. Find the NPC named Ken Loggins in your garrison, and accept the quest called Lost Lumberjacks. To be able to pick up this quest, you'll need to have completed the opening Shadowmoon Valley quest chain all the way to the Escape from Shazgul quest. This is a fairly long quest chain, but it unlocks 2 different followers, so I thought it would be worth including. It also unlocks your level 2 Garrison, so I imagine that most people would want to do this questline anyways. I'll have a link to the questline in the description of this video if you need help figuring out what parts you're on. The Lost Lumberjack questline itself is pretty simple. It'll take you around 3 minutes to complete if you have flying. It ends with the Game of Thorns quest, where you need to kill King Deathbloom at 3519 in Shadowmoon Valley. After killing the king, talk to the captured Shelly Hamby to obtain her as a follower. Next we have Rulkin. Once again, this requires you to have completed the Escape from Shazgul quest. Head on over to 4055 and speak to Prophet Velen and pick up the Chasing Shadows quest. This sends you north to Exile's Rise to complete a short 1-minute quest that rewards you with the Blacksmith Rulkin as a follower. Next we have Artificer Ramul. Stop by 4240 and look for crossed swords on your minimap. Go to that spot and talk to Ramul to start a short event where you have to fend off 3 waves of wolves. After you finish off the 3rd wave, talk to Ramul again to gain him as a follower. If you don't see the cross swords on your minimap, that means somebody completed the event recently. Just server hop until it pops up if that's the case. And next we have Fiona. Stop by 5357 and you'll find a caravan with a bunch of quest givers. Complete only the Fiona Solution, Swamplighter Queen, and then Cooking with Unstable Herbs quests. You don't need to do any of the others. After you complete those 3, you'll unlock the Blade Moon Bloom quest. Follow that quest south to get the Gestating Genissar quest that requires you to kill a blooming Genissar. Complete that quest, then head back north to Fiona to gain her as a follower. And that's it for Shadowmoon Valley. Our second zone is Gorgrond, and there are 2 quick followers here. Head on over to 4191 to find an NPC named Bluke. Challenge him and defeat him in combat to unlock him as a follower. After that, head a short distance to the north to 4587 to find a lone ogre being ambushed by enemies. Defend him for 3 waves, then talk to him to gain him as a follower. After that, head way north to coordinates 3939 and pick up a mysterious ring off the ground. This leads to a follower later on. We need to eventually collect the mysterious ring, boots, hat, and staff. Then we'll stop by Talador later to pick up a follower. But for now, head west to Frostfire Ridge to 6819 and pick up the mysterious boots. As Alliance, we only have 1 follower in Frostfire Ridge. Head south to 6661 to find an ogre locked in a cage. Free him from his cage, then head northwest to 4028 and free him for a 2nd time. After you save him for the 2nd time, he'll show up outside of your garrison, and that's where he'll finally join you as a follower. Next, head on south to Nagrand. We have 3 followers here. First, stop by the northern coast and pick up the mysterious staff located at 4616. Then head south a bit to 3849 and pick up an item called Abugar's Favorite Lure. Just like all the mysterious items, this will eventually lead to another follower. The lure is the first of 3 items that we need for another follower in this zone. But for now, head south to 4076 to find Goldmane the Skinner. He'll be locked in a cage. Kill the orc jailer right next to him to get the key to his cell. Click on his cell to free him, then talk to him to gain him as a follower. From there, head northeast to 6661 and grab Abugar's Vitality. This is the 2nd item in the Abugar set. Head further northeast to 8539 to pick up the 3rd and final one, Abugar's Missing Reel. Bring all 3 of those items to Abugar, located just north of Talar at 6756 to get him as a follower. There's one more follower in this zone that's at the end of a 15-minute or so quest chain. You can skip him if you want, but I thought I should mention him because he has the miner trait, which makes him pretty important. He's available for both Horde and Alliance, but to get him, you have to first unlock your Tank Works or Corral in Nagrand by doing the intro chain. Once you do that, grab the They Call Him Lantrestor the Blade quest from your main hub, and follow that quest all the way to the Challenge of the Masters quest where you have to defend him in the arena. Turn that one in at your main hub, and then find him right outside the gates to get him as a follower. Once again, if you get stuck on any of these followers, check the link in the description for more details. And that's it for Nagrand. Next stop is the Spires of Iraq. Head all the way to 5463 to find a cave. Inside here you'll find an NPC named Leoraj. Take out the enemies around him and then talk to him to gain him as a follower. And we have another skippable one here if you don't want to take the extra time. Her name is Kimsey Pinchwhistle, and she's located at the Pinchwhistle Gear Works at 6273. You can only get this follower after a 15 to 20 minute quest chain in the southern portion of the Spires of Iraq. I thought I would mention her because this quest chain also rewards you with the salvage yard blueprints, which is a pretty popular small building, and it's one of the buildings that I mentioned in my big gold guide. You start the quest chain at the Pinchwhistle Gear Works. Just grab all 3 quests there and follow that chain south, and you'll eventually return to the Gear Works and get Kimsey Pinchwhistle as a follower and the salvage yard blueprints. Our final zone is Talador. Head on over to 6350 to find Pleasurebot 8000. You'll have to complete a really short quest where you kill some eels in the nearby lake, turn that quest in, and wait a little bit to be able to pick up the Pleasurebot as a follower. Next, stop by 5751 to find Defender Alana for Alliance and Ada Brightdawn for Horde. Grab their quest and kill the 2 NPCs that are directly nearby. This quest is mirrored for both factions and it's really fast, so just turn in that quest and talk to her again to gain her as a follower. After that, head west a bit to 4537 to pick up the Mysterious Hat. You should now have all 4 mysterious items. We'll turn these in later. First, stop by 5726 and talk to the NPC Am. He'll ask you to kill a guy right next to him, complete that quest and turn it in, and then Am will die on the scene. But he'll show up as a ghost outside your garrison later, and you can talk to him there to get him to join you as a follower. And finally, head further east to Zangara at 8531 to finally turn in all of these mysterious items. Like I said, you should have 4, the boots, the ring, the hat, and the staff. Talk to the gnome here and you'll summon the image of Archmage Vargoth. This is an old NPC from the Burning Crusade expansion. Just talk to him when he's summoned to get him to join you as a follower. That's it for all the quick followers anyways. We grabbed 16 for Alliance and 12 for Horde. There are plenty more out there in Draenor, but for the most part they're at the end of super long quest chains. But if you end up wanting to grab them anyways, check out that link in the description. You'll find all of them there. As always, I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching, good luck, and peace!